Originally, I believe like IShowSpeed was trending for doing what Greek God X, Dr. Disrespect, and many other white content creators have done, make jokingly anti-Asian accents and languages and all this other totally unacceptable. But of course, you can say, Hasan, you've done Asian accents. Well, I have, which is why I'm going to talk about the difference between doing an accent versus just straight up seeing an Asian person and then immediately yelling konnichiwa and then saying a bunch of things that sound not necessarily even a language. I'm going to do the same thing I've said so many times over about Speed. He's like, what, 18, 17? That's not an excuse. That is an explanation for why he keeps finding himself in dumbass positions like this. I think he would do well to have some kind of, big bro help him out throughout this process. And, at the very least, like, guide him through this. He sees an Asian dude wearing an Argentina.
Why you got on Argentina, bro? Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Konnichiwa? Argentina. Chinese, no konnichiwa. Boing, boing, boing. No, they score! Ah!
Yeah, I mean, he's just being a idiot. Like, that's it. I don't have an issue saying that this is 100% undoubtedly anti-Asian, like, across the board. There's not a more clear-cut, more definitional response to that. It's not like the worst thing you can do, and a lot of it is normalized, but it is totally something you could qualify as racist. But of course, you're forgetting that IShowSpeed, not only is he young, but his audience is incredibly young. This is not an excuse, but it's to explain it to you a little bit, especially considering that they literally call him a monkey. His audience is young and also incredibly fucking racist across the board. So that's not exactly, new for his audience at the very least. Like, they literally say horrifically hateful shit to him. We've known about this stuff for a very long time. He is a lolcow that has gotten profoundly successful off of doing that. Yeah, he was doing this too. He went up to an Indian man.
From? Where you from? Huh? No English? Wallahi? He's Indian? Oh,
this is not the only time I've seen him do this. I've seen him do this before too. I mean, he just hits the gamut. This kind of shit is what you do when you're like desperate to fill content and want to be funny, but you have no understanding of like being entertaining. You have no capacity to be entertaining for as many hours as you can be. And you just go with like the dumbest thing you can possibly do. People do this almost professionally. People like Steven Crowder do this almost professionally. Maybe one day he'll just not be like that. I mean, his apology's fucking bullshit. Like he is bullshit. His apology is simple. It has to be funnier than it is offensive. Yes! Someone remembers the rules. If you're gonna do fucking accents, it has to be funny or very good. If it's not very good and it's not very funny, then all of a sudden, you've hit the racism territory. It's a very tricky thing. It's basically the same concept of humor. Humor dances on fucking lines. And you decide what's funny? Yes, I do, bitch. So ding, 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 you got it. I do actually, as a matter of fact, decide. Well, not me in particular, not me alone, but like there is a overall vibe that most people kind of get because it's a subjective concept, but a lot of you want immediate, like, ground rules. I need to know ground rules. Don has to do an Asian accent now. I mean, I have. I play Sekiro and shit. Like, I do like a Japanese, but it's not like fucking broken English Japanese. It's more like anime style, like nani? That sort of thing. And by the way, you might find that unacceptable. The reality is, I don't really care. So there's that. And that's what he could say too. But the difference is, I think that his is more so coming from a classic place of unacceptability, like something that everyone has seen and heard before. It's just like yelling random fucking things that sound like the language that he's trying to sound like. It's not to the same degree as like saying the N-word or that level of racist, but it's still pretty bad, I would say. And a lot of everyone's favorite white content creators have done a different version of this, okay? To varying different degrees, including, and I'm not even saying like these guys are bad or anything, okay? I'm just using this as an example for people to understand. Dr. Disrespect, Ninja, Greek God X, varying degrees, like I said. So anyone who fucking claims that this is like the absolute worst thing that you've ever heard, then you're being a little crazy, okay? But it is definitely teetering on the edge of like very bad. Having said that, though, the fact that he lied in his apology implies that he understands that he's done a fucked up thing. I wish that he wouldn't use this as an opportunity to fucking gaslight his entire audience and his audience of fucking 12-year-olds into acting like he didn't do anything wrong. But, of course, that would be expecting too much from a child. This, again, does not excuse his behavior, but it explains it, I think. He needs a big bro.
Hey guys, it's a clip going around where people are saying I'm being racist to an Asian guy. You know, and I just wanted to say some things, you know. I wasn't being racist to him, I promise you, you know. I seen him, I thought he was, you know, when I see, I thought he was Japanese, so I said konnichiwa. I watch a lot of anime. I said konnichiwa
I watch a lot of anime.
when I found out he was Chinese, you know. I tried to say a nickname that they call me in Chinese. I literally was just talking to a Chinese person earlier today at 433. And they said they love me, and I love Chinese people. So I try to say Zhong Kong, like Tong Kong. Like, it's a nickname that they call me in China. I promise you, you know. And if it came off as racist.
Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Chinese. Konnichiwa, Argentina. Chinese. No konnichiwa. Boing, boing, boing.
Dude, 15-year-olds know this is wrong. He knows it's wrong. That's why he's doing this, where he's like, oh, I just was saying Jung Kong or whatever he's just
I promise you, I did not mean it that way.
I promise you. Like, okay, sure.
You know, I got adrenaline pushing.
Anyway, he knows his bullshit. He knows. And also, like, I mean, he fucking scammed his audience. Like, another thing that he knows is wrong. You know what I mean? One can hope that one day Speed will look back at that and also be embarrassed, which means, you know, he will have learned.
I'm making content, live streaming. I'm at the World Cup, watching Ronaldo play, adrenaline pushing. I seen him with an Argentina shirt. You know, I just wanted to say what's up to him. You know, I love other races. You know, I really did not come off as, I didn't really mean to come off as racist. You know, I try to speak Portuguese all the time. Try to speak Arabic. You know, but I don't never mean it in a racist way. And I don't know why you guys think I meant that in a racist way. You know, like, I'm not racist to Asians. You know, I mean, Asians try to, you know, sing our songs, yo, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not being racist, you know. But if that did come off anyway, if I did offend any Asian person out there, trust me, man, I'm not racist. I love Asian. I love all, man. So I apologize if that came out that way. Love you guys, man. Peace out. Hope you accept my apology.
At a certain point, you gotta realize you're like watching someone who's, you know, not exactly the brightest crayon in the fucking bundle, you know? And then you have motherfuckers that are like, a black person cannot be racist. Oh my God. Everybody understands, I hope, at least in this community, that when we talk about systemic racism, it's entirely different than like discrimination between two individuals. Talking about marginalized communities. Stop trying to fucking shoehorn white people in this conversation. My Lord. That was the original point of contention. I didn't even fucking catch that. I hope my thoughts on that are clear. And then it just like became this fucking back and forth. I guess Destiny had like another fucking classic Destiny moment where he had to be like an edgy, sweaty fucking gamer and word things in the way that he very deliberately does in probably the mathematically worst way possible, regardless of what his intentions are. What is it? This is the one? D's been claiming to be far left recently. Is that why he dyed his hair blue? To be like a blue-haired SJW? Is that what he's doing? That's funny. Here, I'll give you the short and sweet of it. One, he grouped up Kai and IShowSpeed, right? Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed. Normally, if you do that, you're opening yourself up to people being like, oh, you're racist. You think all black people are the same or whatever. It's such a trope that like people jokingly say it. Black people jokingly say it sometimes. You know what I mean? But like the follow through also built on that. You could have been like, oh, I fucked up. I don't really know these people. You know what I mean? Who cares? But then he followed through on it by like, here, let's watch.
Is this the Kai Cenat guy? Oh, this is the Speed guy. Okay. There's like this whole new legion of like black Zoomer streamers. And for as much as they fucking talk about how like all white people did was scream at the fucking camera, I feel like that's all these guys do. I don't know. I don't know if they have more content, but holy shit. It's just not my shit. But I'm probably just getting old. Like it's like the new shit is like black dude tears his shirt up, screams something wacky and wild into the camera, is racist or homophobic. It's LOL. And like that's like, okay, don't care. Or transphobic. Don't forget that one. I get sick of like the progressive deep throat.
First of all, like he could have just literally been like, I don't know who this fucking person is, but I see a lot of clips of them or something, and just be like, it's not for me. it's definitely inappropriate and unacceptable. That's what the kids like. It's fucked up, whatever. Like, even if he fucking mistook Kai and IShowSpeed, like, he could have fucking fixed it by the tail end of it. But instead, he decided to create this, like, fake black guy who's upset at white people yelling to just, like, justify his argument for some reason. I don't even know if there is a black content creator that's prominent that's like, oh man, all white content creators do is like yell. And it certainly isn't like HasanAbi, because yeah, Kai is very loud. Just ask HasanAbi. He's a very entertaining, high intensity guy. That's his thing. He has literally openly admitted that. Not only that, but he, as a matter of fact, criticizes people like even myself or the Poggers community for not being fucking high intensity enough. If you recall, there was a conversation that they had between like him and Your Rage where they literally were like, yo, these guys don't even fucking celebrate when they get gifted subs. What the fuck is that about? Don't have this like weird argument that originated because Destiny fucking worded something in the most like awful way he possibly could and is now going to fucking boulder his way into snowballing this conversation into a small internet race war, basically. Okay, because that's where this is heading. And it's not real. It's not a real race war or anything like that, obviously. But it's just like, it's just going to fucking galvanize all the most ridiculous, sweatiest fucking cringe lords on the internet, some of which who frequent Destiny's community 100%. And they're all aching for this to turn into a larger opportunity because there's a bunch of black content creators who are very successful now. And not all of DGG hates that, obviously. Plenty of them love saying little bro and using the terminology and acting like they're also fucking little zoomers hitting the gritty or whatever. But there is a chunk of people in both that community and in also edge communities that 100% do not like that there are black content creators that are popping off and they want to use any and every opportunity to fucking take him down a couple pegs. And even if Destiny himself does not personally agree with that or doesn't even give a shit, I know he like he collabs with a lot of black content creators that are a little bit more on the conservative or centrist side, right? There are plenty of people who are going to weaponize this. So that's my take. I think it's a pretty fair assessment of the situation. I saw responses from, I think Kai said something like, you know, fuck you guys or whatever. And everyone was like, oh, you're owned because you're yelling in the clip. And it's like, yeah, I don't think he ever said he doesn't yell. Like, what do you mean? But if you think that like HasanAbi is just like simply yelling and that's his only content, then, you know, it's kind of weird because why are you criticizing something you've never seen? Like, why are you criticizing something you've never watched? This dude has made more fucking collaborations happen within high profile fucking artists than anyone else I've seen over the past couple of years. I've literally talked about it. Rappers are fucking incredibly hard to have an honest conversation with. They're kind of losers in the real world. That's the reality. And they try to act hard to overcome the personal insecurities that they have. And for some reason, HasanAbi has been able to fucking crack the code. Aiden Ross did a pretty good job with that too originally. And well, Aiden did it more in a self-effacing way where like, you know, he would let all the rappers shit on him. But Kai does a much better job at that. Aiden does a good job too. I mean, to be fair, despite his other issues that I have. And honestly, I think like he's doing a lot of fucking incredible shit. There's a reason why he has hundreds of thousands of people fucking watching him. I don't know. It's just like kind of undermining someone without really looking at what they have done at all.
First of all, what you're not gonna do is not gonna act like you don't know who is who, dickhead. You obviously know who the fuck I am and who the fuck Speed is. You clearly said this.
All right, like,
I don't know if they have more content. Let me tell you something, bro. Like, this is the Twitter comments in a fucking, like, this is if Twitter comments was a person, this is what it is. Bro, I don't know if they have more content, but let me go ahead and hate on them for what I see. Hey, you listen to me, bitch. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know what you do. But do your fucking research before you say shit. And clearly you are a racist. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. That's you. That got something to do with you. I will be mad if black niggas is taking control right now. I will be mad if I was a racist and black niggas got motion right now, nigga. I will be furious, nigga. I will be furious, nigga. I will be so mad. Ooh, I will come on this shit and say whatever I gotta say. I will say what I is. I don't know you from a fucking can of paint, but guess what? Guess what I know? You can eat my dick, nigga. Fuck. Like, bro, it's like, bro, I don't know who niggas be thinking they are, but it's either you get with the program or you stay out the fucking way. That's what's up. Get with the program or you stay out the fucking way, nigga. Eat a nigga dick. You mad, fuck. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? And it's so crazy because these is niggas that's not even in the community. Like the niggas in the community just have the most to say. Like we don't even be doing nothing to y'all in our community. I've never seen a nigga from our community directly hate on y'all niggas like solely. Niggas scream, okay. Niggas do this, okay. Niggas talk a little too loud, okay. But this 17-year-old nigga, this 17-year-old right here is doing better than you in every category.
You a bum.
Right now. Every category. You understand me? And if you gotta say otherwise, be entitled to that, bro. I don't even know who you are, bro, so I'm not even gonna talk too much on you. And I don't even know what community you're in. I don't even know what you do, but I'll be fucking damned if I was racist. And a nigga is actually, how old is he? First,
that part of it, I'm sure. I don't know what his take on Speed is. I don't know if it's good or bad. That part does seem like he's defending him. But just like Destiny doesn't have to be fucking racist to criticize the W community, same principle applies in every circumstance. He called Speed a dumbass? Yeah, I mean, he is. The irony, of course, is that, like, I haven't seen it, but I'm willing to fucking bet Destiny's original reaction to the Speed thing was probably that, like, oh, yeah, this guy's, like, a fucking idiot. I wouldn't say it's racist, but it's, like, very clearly, you know, teetering on the edge or whatever. Do you recognize that you probably would be entertained if you were 12? Yeah, I do. I've said this before. I've talked about Speed way, way long ago. If I was fucking like 12 or 14, I'd think Speed is the coolest person. I would probably try to do the exact same things that he's doing. You know, we just grow out of it. But I'm not. I'm fucking 31 years old. You know what I mean? So obviously my perspective on it is very different. I just realized Hasan was born in the 1900s. I was not. Let's see the rest of this. That was Kai's response. Destiny has more to say.
I don't know if they have more content, but holy shit. But I'm probably just getting old. Like it's like the new shit is like black dude tears his shirt up, screams something wacky and wild into the camera, is racist or homophobic. It's LOL. And like that's like okay, don't care. Or transphobic. Don't forget that one. This one. I get sick of like the progressive deep throating on like black issues. I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm done. If you're gonna compare me saying there's like a kind of like a trend, at least on Twitch, of like the black like screaming content or whatever for the Kai studying ice pick, which by the way there might not be. Maybe those are just the only clips I see on LSF. But if you're gonna say that's the same as me going up to some Asian person and be like, oh konnichiwa, 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 you're actually fucking retarded. Like go deep throat some BBC.
Oh, he's just mad he couldn't say it first. That's what it was. Oh, at first I thought he was very upset at IShowSpeed. Then I realized he's just mad he wasn't the one who got to say it. I know there's people in here being like, he didn't say it like that. Fuck you. It's like, bro, I know. I'm joking. Okay? It's a joke.
See somewhere, swallow, go guzzle some black dudes cum because that makes you feel really good about yourself as a progressive. Like, go knock yourself out. But leave me out.
That's a good take. Come on, bro. Once again, Destiny, the king of fucking optics, dude. The absolute king of optics, dude. Imagine going and like taking the time out to go fucking campaign for Raphael Warnock in Georgia and then coming back. First line that comes out of your mouth is to just like attack some of the largest black content creators on the internet and then say progressives are guzzling BBC cum and they're being too accommodating to black people. That is an insane, like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why are liberals like this? I do not know. What Destiny is saying is a pretty common anti-black caricature. I mean, it's true. It is an anti-black caricature. And you understand the optics of that as well. The difference between Destiny and IShowSpeed, by the way, and before anyone says, oh my God, you're racist, that's the soft bigotry of low expectations. IShowSpeed is 17 years old and a fucking idiot. Destiny is a full-grown man with a child who's been speaking politics on the fucking internet for a very long goddamn time. He knows better, and he can't even fucking literally massage his rhetoric a little bit to just like make a point without coming across like he's being fucking racist. It's insane. And that is not an excuse for IShowSpeed, by the way. We have talked about time and time again how fucking in the wrong he is. I give a fucking dumbass he is. Don't you realize chat doesn't understand nuance? Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like overqualifying every single thing I'm saying currently so that people understand exactly what I mean. It's going to be hard regardless because there's going to be a lot of people with nefarious agendas in here that are going to try to clip shit and ship it and make it seem like I'm on one side or make it seem like I'm on the other side. But I am giving a pretty charitable and pretty fucking nuanced take.
Out of your fucking bootlicking, virtue signaling, cuck-ass bullshit. Go find some Black Panther to fucking give it to you up the ass or some shit. I don't need to be involved in that. Please keep me out of your weird, obsessive, white, progressive, fucking virtue signal cuck shit, okay? I like to talk about real racial issues here. Not if we are stereotyping black fucking screamo streamers on Twitch, okay? Jesus Christ. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I mean, look, if you want to find Destiny cross-legged, if you want to fucking break his ankles, go find a debate of him where he's talking to someone who is anti-black or he perceives as anti-black. And this can be a liberal, this can be a leftist. this can be a communist, or this can be a Nazi, and pick apart a moment where Destiny has made a mountain out of a molehill in a significantly more like a edge case, and then cut it together and boom, you got it. This man has argued on both sides of every argument. He is old school 4chan poll style troll. That's it. He just likes chaos. He likes the blood sport. He likes to win debates, and that's pretty much it. Okay, anyway, you can make this case against every content creator then. They've all slipped up and said bad words. Jit, everyone slips up sometimes in life. We're human. There's a difference between slipping up and actively trying to make a racial slur common use for every race and calling people who get upset over the word insecure. Y'all don't be comprehending shit. He's right. This was something that a lot of fucking content creators at the time were doing and arguing on behalf of, and it was crazy. And you have to think about it from the perspective of like a young black kid growing up on the fucking internet. This is something that I'll never understand because I'm not black, I'm white. But that was the case for so many black kids on the internet. That was the case. Like, this is some of everyone's favorite content creators, you know? And this is something that like both Ethan and Ian, who I know personally, who I have a fucking podcast with, as you guys know, I did it literally earlier today, have atoned for in their ways, or they've apologized for it. They've changed their behavior. They've spoken out against it. Some of them suffer consequences for it as well. Not to say that like, oh, you should feel bad for them or anything, but like they have done significantly more than most who have never gone back and have never apologized and have never tried to atone for it. People can change. It's a low bar with the shit though. Yeah, it is a low bar with the shit, but you have to understand that. If you're a leftist, you have to understand this better than anyone else. White, black, doesn't matter. We live under racist systems. Racism is a product of social conditioning. So of course people are going to be socially conditioned to be fucking racist under a racist ass system. The best possible thing you can do is try to overcome white supremacist attitudes. And everyone can change. Sometimes people don't want to. It was insane to advocate for that even then. Those white creators are and were in a bubble. This was totally alienated from normal people. I agree. That was ridiculous, like over the top on that time. I'm not saying that it was justifiable back then. I didn't think it was justifiable. I was on the opposing side of that argument even back then as someone who was on the Young Turks and as someone who was like very clearly demonstrating anti-racist principles even back then. It was a conversation that was absent of black creators. That's true.
I don't know who is this like.
As it seems, he has doubled down and tripled down on it. He is going to continue to fucking spiral, and it's not going to matter ultimately. He will probably gain some racists along the way. He'll lose some of the new viewers that watch him as his community turns more and more fucking racist, like when he partnered up with Lauren Southern or when he partnered up with Nicholas Fuentes. That's just how it works. He just can't fucking stop himself from doing shit like this. And I'm sure the videos will come eventually. I'm sure now that I talked about Destiny, I'm sure there will be 1,000 fucking videos that he will use like he has done time and time again. It's always the same clips that are being resurfaced as though it's new. Things that I've talked about 1,000,000 times over. It's just, 4chan poll shit. We've been working with it for a very long time. It sucks. Things will get shitty for like a month as his most diehard followers will clip chimp shit nonstop. I try to be as charitable as possible in this circumstance and chalk it up to at least some degree of lack of optics in this circumstance. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Am I cooked to think colorism is a worldwide issue? Yes, black people can still be racist, but it's not exactly the same. Yeah, no, I mean, colorism is a worldwide issue. Colorism exists in fucking China, and I don't mean like against black people. I mean like colorism in China indicates, even predating like Western expansion, Western imperialism, colonialism, it indicated that you were a field worker. You know what I mean? You worked in the rice paddy fields. Then therefore you were lower class. So colorism also has classist roots as well. When you bring up like Mexico and stuff, obviously that's different. Like that's closer to America. In Afro-Latino communities, colorism exists. Like it exists everywhere. It's universal almost, but it's like for different reasons. So it's not always entirely the West's fault. But the West sure does, expand on pre-existing memes. Anyway, what did your rage say? Let's take a look.
Destiny, bro. You're in the age of like where black streamers and content creators are like on top. So like all the like the edgy little like I get it, but like, bro, that shit not gonna rock, bro. Like there's a big black presence in this bitch, and they not about to let this shit rock, bro. Like they not, bro.
He's right.
Like niggas about to be on your head now, bro. Hey man. Okay. Hey man, this ain't.
Here. Hold on.
This is yo. Come on, man.
Pretty secret. Okay. She was born in Detroit. I'll give her the African American pass for now. Okay.
It's groundbreaking for an African American musician to play.
Like
James
I've watched enough like freaking dudes like these, like, you know what I'm saying, that side of YouTube and Twitch, and know what the hell like how they joke and shit, but like to like the general public, to like the regular viewer who did not know who the fuck this motherfucker is, how the fuck is that gonna come off to them, bro? Like, how's that gonna come off to like?
Yeah, Your Rage knows that shit. He knows the memes. He's been watching Destiny. He's been watching me. Like, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. People always forget. Maybe if you're familiar with his content, you're already aware of this. But he's a giant fucking nerd. Okay, the biggest, and I mean nerd in like the worst way possible. I don't mean like, oh, he's really good at video games and he's like nerdy. He likes anime or whatever. I mean like this motherfucker watches like political content. That's how you know when someone is like deep in the fucking pocket. And I know that back in the day, I think he might have even been like a big Destiny fan. He knows what he's talking about. And he's right. So what, bro? It's common for immigrants to hear go back to your country shit from white folks and black folks there. By the way, this blue-haired man has said that to me verbatim. Anyway. Shit from white folks and black folks. They are Americans in the end, and some of them will be anti-immigrant, anti-Asian because they are affected all by the rhetoric. Plus, there's been issues between black and some Asian communities as well, owing to the historical reasons specific to America. This needs to be systemically weeded out. I mean, I don't disagree with you. Can you address the fact that my Asian friend came in here expecting a safe space, but instead found the top of the hour ad break? Fuck you. There, I read it. I was being honorable. I was being just, okay? I gave you the fucking glory. I mean, as far as drama goes, I think I've like addressed most of it, right? And now we're in the fucking double down, triple down, quadruple down pocket for where Destiny will say like insane shit in a sea of things that could be perceived as sane, but he is like incapable physically and mentally to like deliver it in a way that doesn't make him come across like the most annoying, self-important, you know, this is the most important truth that I'm delivering to you type person. And that will get clipped out. All the fucking unhinged weirdos will upvote, and I'm sure I'll catch some fucking strays in the process as well. It's just the cycle will continue until he like writes a manifesto. I don't know. Does he still do that? Is it the brothel thing again? It's going big on that site. What brothel? Oh, Destiny alt is what? I went to a brothel. Yeah, I went to a fucking legal brothel in Germany. Okay. In like 2010 or whenever the fuck I went. I don't even remember exactly what year it was. I was like 19 or 20 years old. He literally defended you on it before he's triggered. I know. That's what I mean. He has no consistency. There's no moral compass. And the reality is, like, at the edges, his fan base might think like, oh, man, this guy's the most morally righteous person I've ever met. No, it's like it's trapped in one argument. He's morally righteous in one fucking argument and one argument alone. That's it. He will drop any fucking principles he's ever had. That's why he's shifted through political ideologies like a fucking little teenage girl going through like multiple different phases. You know what I mean? Like, bro, this man is a supporter of sex work and sex workers. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Like, I'm sure he's defended me on that before because, you know, there are times when he like pulls his head above the water and he's like, yeah, I'll give a real take on this. His entire moral system is be consistent. No matter what you think, be consistent. But then he's the least consistent. Yeah, I mean, he's just be consistent as long as you can win the argument functionally. That's it. Peace.